predict, as many others do, that this weekend Leonardo DiCaprio is going to win the Oscar in the category Best Actor in a Leading Role. This might not be surprising to most of you. His performance in the movie The Revenant was really outstanding, and I do not want to discredit it. I do love all performances of DiCaprio, to make this clear. Instead, I would like to emphasize that you see such events in a different light, and Leonardo DiCaprio has tendered himself to the establishment, for instance with his bizarre speech in front of the United Nations. I added the speech at the end of the video if you want to watch it. In his speech, among other things, he talks about climate change and that it is all the fault of the entire mankind. That this speech took place at the UN is a big statement. To me, he looks like Louis Cypher from the movie Angel Heart, which maybe some of you know as well. He is a fictional character that was played by Robert De Niro, and when DiCaprio gave his speech, he has exactly this look. The tied back hair, the plaint, and also his beard. Everything. He looks like Mr. Cypher from the movie Angel Heart. And I do not want to spoiler you about this movie, but I can say, and this is already clear from the beginning, is that Cypher, the character De Niro plays, represents Lucifer. And the actual core point that I want to make is that the elite works hard on the establishment of a world government that shall be implemented one day, something like world communism or world socialism. You will find the quotes if you look for them, even from former presidents. And to fulfill this plan, you definitely need no people who have a bad standing or image worldwide. What you need are individuals that are very pleasant and who are role models to most people, those who have a large number of followers worldwide. And actors, or musicians as well, fit perfectly in this role, and therefore it is not by chance that actors such as Angelina Jolie or Brad Pitt ensure that the media is constantly reporting about their social engagement. Usually people, whenever they donate money to a specific project, then they do not want the media to take notice of it. They do it for themselves and because they want to give something back. They even hide it from the public, as many sportsmen just do, for instance. Another person that has to be highlighted is George Clooney, since he, together with Angelina Jolie, really made it to become members of the Council on Foreign Relations. You can even read about that on Wikipedia. Maybe some of you do not know what the Council on Foreign Relations is. It is a small elite circle, a think tank, where Warburg Bank played a central role when it was founded. And today, more and more Hollywood actors engage themselves politically, and they are not doing it because they themselves want to do it. Years ago, it was not usual that film stars were pursuing a political agenda. Today it is, and today it is the objective to bring these people to the top, and it is only a matter of time until an actor gets a leading role in politics. Everyone knows Jay-Z's appearance at the White House, where he met Obama in private. To me, it is a prime example how the image of politicians can be polished by stars. And everyone who wants to operate in such circles definitely has to have a specific vita, because otherwise he will not go there. One thing that you should notice before you watch the speech is that whenever he speaks about the man-made climate change, for which there is no conclusive evidence, then he is not talking about the pollution of the planet, but that we all as individuals are responsible that the planet is getting warmer and warmer. But this is just newspeak, that there are too many people living on planet Earth, and that it would be really nice if there would be less. So whenever climate change is propagated, then it is a code word for population reduction. I really hope that this is clear to everyone. And to DiCaprio, climate change does not matter at all when he drives around with his 100-meter yacht or his sports cars, which he deserves. He has worked for them, no question about that. But do you really believe that while spreading the ideology of the man-made climate change, that he is really interested in the good of humankind?
Absolutely fucking not.
I tell you something. Those people who are really in charge, they look at us if we were bugs.
Please welcome newly appointed United Nations Messenger of Peace, Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary General, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. I am honored to be here today. I stand before you not as an expert, but as a concerned citizen, one of the 400,000 people who marched in the streets of New York on Sunday, and the billions of others around the world who want to solve our climate crisis. As an actor, I pretend for a living. I play fictitious characters, often solving fictitious problems. I believe that mankind has looked at climate change in that same way, as if it were a fiction, as if pretending that climate change wasn't real would somehow make it go away. But I think we all know better than that now. Every week we're seeing new and undeniable climate events, evidence that accelerated climate change is here right now. Droughts are intensifying, our oceans are acidifying, with methane plumes rising up from the ocean floor. We are seeing extreme weather events and the West Antarctic and Greenland ice sheets melting at unprecedented rates, decades ahead of scientific projections. None of this is rhetoric, and none of it is hysteria. It is fact. The scientific community knows it, industry knows it, governments know it, even the United States military knows it. The chief of the U.S. Navy's Pacific Command, Admiral Samuel Locklear, recently said that climate change is our single greatest security threat. My friends, this body, perhaps more than any other gathering in human history, now faces this difficult but achievable task. You can make history, or you will be vilified by it. To be clear, this is not about just telling people to change their light bulbs or to buy a hybrid car. This disaster has grown beyond the choices that individuals make. This is now about our industries and our governments around the world taking decisive, large-scale action. Now must be our moment for action. We need to put a price tag on carbon emissions and eliminate government subsidies for oil, coal, and gas companies. We need to end the free ride that industrial polluters have been given in the name of a free market economy. They do not deserve our tax dollars. They deserve our scrutiny, for the economy itself will die if our ecosystems collapse. The good news is that renewable energy is not only achievable, but good economic policy. This is not a partisan debate, it is a human one. Clean air and a livable climate are inalienable human rights. And solving this crisis is not a question of politics, it is a question of our own survival. This is the most urgent of times and the most urgent of messages. Honored delegates, leaders of the world, I pretend for a living, but you do not. The people made their voices heard on Sunday around the world, and the momentum will not stop. But now it is your turn. The time to answer humankind's greatest challenge is now. We beg of you to face it with courage and honesty. Thank you.